Next to the 7 deadly sins, the cardinal virtues are apt to look pale and boring, but appearances are notoriously untrustworthy. Hi, I'm Larry Buxton. Welcome to Leading with Spirit. Those words appeared in my mailbox earlier this week. The author, Frederick Buechner, had written a short piece on what cardinal virtues can look like in action. Cardinal virtues? Well, briefly, Thomas Aquinas outlined 4 qualities or habits that he called cardinal virtues. They're the practices that simply make ordinary folks into admirable human beings: prudence, temperance, justice, and courage. And so, Buechner writes, prudence and temperance taken separately may not be apt to get you on your feet cheering, but when they go together, as they almost always do, that's a different matter. The chain smoker or the junkie, for instance, who exemplifies both by managing to kick the habit, can very well have you throwing your hat into the air, especially if it happens to be somebody whom, for personal reasons, you'd like to have around a few years longer. And the courage involved in doing that isn't likely to leave you cold either. Well, as a virtue, prudence sounds, well, prudish. Urging prudence implies that we should be cautious, hesitant, buttoned up, lukewarm. As Buechner noted, that sounds pretty boring. But for those who find it hard to control their intense reactions, fleeting signs of prudence can be cause for cheering. Say when your demanding boss, who's always insisting on more and better, says, "Chris, thanks for all your hard work. We couldn't have done this without you." Well, that's prudence in action that'll leave office grapevines buzzing for days. Or when your know-it-all friend pauses her latest oration and says, "But okay, tell me more how you see it." That's prudence in action that can reignite a friendship. When your evaluative team stops detailing everything you've done wrong and says, "Here's what you're doing really well. Let's see how we can build on that." That's prudence in action that can save your self-esteem and maybe your job. Or when you say to your spouse, "I want to tell you all the reasons why my idea is better, but I can live with yours. Let's give it a try," and I'm in. That's prudence in action that can add years to your life together. Early on, I learned that in most disagreements, we have a choice. You can either get your way or you can get what you want. They may sound the same, but they're not. Practicing prudence can get you what you want, a good friendship, a good marriage, a good workplace, when insisting on getting your own way may not. In my book, 30 Days with King David, on leadership, you can read how David displays the virtue of prudence in increasing his influence in King Saul's court, negotiating shrewdly with Abigail, and laying groundwork as the new king of a united Israel. Now, David was never a boring leader, and prudence enabled him to get what he wanted more than just having his own way. So never think that your cultivating virtue, one like prudence even, is namby-pamby. Prudence can get you on your feet, it can get your endorphins going, it can get you a win, and in Buechner's words, you might just want to toss your hat in the air. Hey, I hope you'll like and subscribe to these weekly Leading with Spirit videos. You can easily access them for free through LarryBuxton.com. And check us out there for further insights on virtue, leadership, and character. We're here to encourage you in the challenging work of leading families, teams, congregations, and organizations. Thanks for watching. God bless you.